Good evening. What's going on? Hope everyone is having a good day. Thank you for jumping on and joining right away. We have Mad and Hall. Thub is here. Rise. Amir. Welcome, guys. Hubsy. Anjing. Stitch. What's going on, Stitch? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Like the title says, I am freaking exhausted. Between the camp diplomacy, this entire KVK, trying to make peace between kingdoms in the camp, then after we did lose, the terms of the surrender, trying to get everybody on the same page. And then Kat is retiring from the game, so in the interim, I have taken over R5 duties. I have probably had no less than 20 interviews in the last 48 hours of people wanting to migrate to the kingdom, so that's mentally exhausting. But hey, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We're going to keep trucking. We're going to keep moving forward. I am in 1029. I am not going anywhere. Stitch is not going anywhere. Hubs is not going anywhere. We have got a solid group of players that have already committed to come here after KVK is over. I am excited for them. I am excited for our future. While players like Cat and Mavic, Resurgence can never be replaced, we can reload, bring in some new players, and look to the future, right? You can't look to the past anymore. So that is what we are doing. Yeah, right now our power is extremely low, right? We are at 5.4 billion power. Cat is retiring, like I said. Winnie is moving to a new kingdom. Shadow is moving to a new kingdom. Mavic is retiring. Resurgence has already retired. His account is in the hands of a new owner now. They are still here in the kingdom, but he has given his account to somebody else. But they will be moving on. So that's 500 million power and probably 25 billion kill points that we're losing. But got a good, solid group of players coming in. I think 16 players confirmed at this point in time, totaling about 1.1 billion power, averaging anywhere from 2 to 8 billion kill points each. So I think we're set. MF retired a while back. MF was not with us even for this KVK. So I'm excited for the future, even though it might not sound like I am. But we're looking forward. We're not looking in the past. There is a new future for 1029 as such. We have changed the logo from the pink lion now. We are the red shield and axes. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. What's up, Gum? Run VPR from 2607. I wouldn't call myself a slacker. Which kingdoms won our KVK? We can certainly look at that, right? Where are we here? So our enemies in 1447, sorry, 1564, 1638, 2111, 2369. Let me take a breath. 1688, 2321, 2456, 2608, 2751 are the victors. And, you know, my hat's off to them. They did a fantastic job. You know, I have nothing but nice things to say about the players, about most of the players in our camp. We went into San Pedro initially. We did a hell of a job in San Pedro. We pushed the wind camp out of San Pedro. Took us a few days to burn a couple forts that they had in here. But for the most part, they were out of San Pedro, I would say relatively quickly, within a day and a half. We had trouble at Pass 7. They threw a Gorgo in the Pass 7 and Gorgo and Heroic Anthem in a pass where you can't swarm it. Nearly impossible to crack. We did not crack it for 3 days. Single rally, double rally. We tried everything but Seondeck Matilda siege rallies, and we couldn't crack it. I think had we been able to get through the Pass 7, had we been able to burn some forts, maybe cut them off at the Pass 8, Kingsland might have been a little different. Our kingdom, we went in through these two Pass 8s. We had the wind camp about 6 flags away from being cut off from Kingsland when 2 kingdoms in our camp said, okay, that's it for us, we're going to bed. At that point in time, the water camp had already pushed out the fire camp from Kingsland, and when 2 of the 5 kingdoms in Earth camp say, okay, we're done, we're going to bed, we'll see you tomorrow, that leaves 3 kingdoms versus 2 full camps of players. So we were getting absolutely dominated and crushed on the field. We could not hold our flags. We could not do anything. So at that point in time, we called it a day. It is what it is. Again, no disrespect. Water camp is super strong. Wind camp gave us a hell of a run. 88 and 21 are 2 incredible alliances with some great people in them. They won. No excuses. I wish our camp had been a little bit more active in Kingsland and not taken some time off. I think if those players from those other kingdoms might have stayed on maybe another 3 or 4 hours, we would have pushed wind out, and it would have been a 1 versus 1, Earth against water. But, people have lives, people have jobs. Not everyone takes days off when Kingsland pops up. It is what it is. Hindsight is 20/20. There's time left in KVK, but going against these 2 camps when fire is completely out of it, it's a losing battle. At times you have to know when to strategically retreat, lick your wounds, and start preparing for your next KVK, and that's pretty much the point we're at now. Gumbo's getting ready for a pass opening at 3:50 a.m. Well, is the 3:50 a.m. better than 2:50 a.m.? I guess it could be worse. We had 20 kingdoms in this KVK, which is consistent. It's normal for one of our KVKs, and I don't know why the game is not taking up the full screen on the live stream. Let me just try to fix that. That's interesting as all hell. I did not change any settings, but hey, that's the story of my life at the moment. What's up, Voltron? Should have used that rally you shared and touched on chat. What was that? Yeah. Dragonlancer rally? Yeah, we'll pass on that. So we are doing MGE. We should be getting first place in this MGE, which means 180 sculptures, which means I'm 177 away from maxing Gorgo, which means Gorgo will be done after this MGE. So we can start saving our gold sculptures again now. Lock and load. If you're a C or D kingdom, we'll be back. One loss does not ruin us. What's up, Paul Gaming? Dragon Lancer Lancelot meta. Yeah, right. Oh, my farms all got pushed out of the top 10 on farm day. Damn. Electro King is here. What's going on, my friend? How many times I gotta tell ya? I'm not using the Greek guy. But he is at, what, 5544? 80, 90 sculptures away, so we're slowly doing him on dailies. But, I mean, yeah, you can see I'm down from 177 power at the start of KVK to right around 84 million power. We had 2,073,234,627 kill points, which is roughly 42 million T4 kills, 82.5 million T5 kills, 10 million deads. So it was a brutal KVK. But that's how I like it. It was fun. It was fun. What's up, Lion? Can I give it a try against Barbs? All right. I will try it against Barbs. What was the combination again? What was it? The Greek guy whose name I cannot pronounce and Lucci. He's naked. I'm not putting equipment on him. Just to hit Barbs. He's naked. Right, that is Lucci in the background there, right? And I don't even have a formation yet. Yes, my power is very low. That's what 10 million kills in a KVK will do to a person. 10 million T5 kills, right? So that's 100 million power right there. This is the second KVK in a row I've hit 2 billion kill points in a C and a D kingdom. So, I mean, that's a lot because, you know, you got to figure C and D kingdoms, you have 2-3 days of fighting after every pass opening. Right? So we had 2 or 3 days of fighting after pass 4 opened. Then we had 3 days of fighting after pass 7 opened, but that was all pass rallies. They really didn't come through the pass and open field a whole hell of a lot. And then it wasn't but 10-12 hours in Kingsland. I have less troops than your deads. So there you go, Volt. There you go. I hit those Barbs as requested. Never let it be said that I don't accommodate. So I mean, you know, we didn't scan other kingdoms to know exactly where players started or where players ended, but I think I'm close to the top kill points in this KVK. Very close to the top deads. I mean, if we look at the stats here, rankings, where are we? Rankings. You know, I mean, how this guy is still at 183 million power when he was in the Earth Camp is beyond me. There's another Earth Camp person at 146 million still. You know, this guy is in 1029. He's at 130 million, which, not good. Not good. This was Resurgence account. He started at 170 million, so he's got a huge power loss here himself. Groot was Groot's a shared account that people who run out of troops can fight on during KVK. So I didn't expect him to drop a lot of power, but I mean, I'm down at 281st. Still in third for kills. And where it matters, right? The achievement points ranking. Here you go. I'm in first place. Can't beat that. What commanders do I not have expertise? We don't have Wu done. Charlemagne. Don't know that I'll ever do those two. Although I did get the itch to spin the wheel and spun 100 times for Charlemagne last time the wheel popped up. Don't have Lu Bu done. I see no need for him ever. Montezuma, we are getting in leadership MGEs, and I will be doing daily bundles for him after I'm done with the Greek guy. Suleiman is at 1111. Don't see a need to ever do Suleiman. I've never seen him used in the open field. Then you got the siege commanders, right? Margaret, Babur. This guy will be done from daily chess. Got, what did I say? 80, 90 left on him. And then Gorgo is going to be done after MGE is over. So we got most everything a player could want from a fighting, garrison, leadership, rally perspective. Nice Voltron, 700 million. That's very good. Yami for president. You got to be an American citizen to be president, right? Although I think Yami is. I always get Yami and Yafi confused. Yafi's the French baguette guy. So we're saving stuff up. We are starting to save our materials so that when the update hits for equipment, where you can level up equipment, we'll be ready. We are saving up armaments chests. We're saving up transmutation stones. We are in the saving stages. Have a good one, Gum. Hope your KVK goes well. So 10 million isn't even the most, right? I guess last KVK, it really did not feel like I did 11 million deads because I trained for Zenith in there as well. But last KVK, we had more deads. This KVK, it feels like I have more deads simply because I didn't do that Zenith training. I didn't push 20 million power in Zenith. And we can only field like 2 or 3, 4 sets of troops now at the most. But, you know, hats off to the enemy. They fought good. You know, Wynn did what Wynn needed to do. They kept us out of their zone. They got that past 7 initially, and they didn't let us in. Wind and water together in Kingsland, it would have been a losing effort. I would have, you know, loved to 1 versus 1 against water because they have some really good fighters there. It would have been a test of our alliance. It would have been a test of our people, but unfortunately, that wasn't the case. We were about 6 flags away from pushing Wind out of Kingsland, and everything went to hell. You know, water came to join Wind then because they had pushed Fire Camp out in about 8 hours. 6 hours, 8 hours. Somewhere close to that. Yeah, I mean, I showed the stats yesterday, or not? Was it yesterday? Maybe the day before yesterday. We had one player with 11 million deads, but he had 7 million when we called it quits in Kingsland, and then unfortunately neglected to teleport his city to a safe zone, so his city got zeroed. But yeah, Caradum had 11 million deads. So he's down from close to 180 million power to 65 million power because he got zeroed. So 11 million of his 21 million deads are from this KVK alone. Kill points, not so great, but he was in Kingsland. I said, Caradum, you're still at 174 million. The rest of us are very, very low. I need you to swarm everything. And to his credit, he did. When we were in Kingsland and we were burning flags and we were rallying flags, he was there. I remember multiple times on Discord, Lambo, should I swarm now? Lambo, should I swarm now? He was swarming everything. So he dropped 7 million power in Kingsland, and then the zeroing of city, of course, there's another 4 million deaths there, but hey, it is what it is. I will sleep while watching you on TV and may not be able to chat. Yeah, ask away. Ask away. I do not think Woo is in dailies, right? I don't think Charlemagne's in here either. If they were in here, I would finish them. But they're not. Charlemagne is the commander you get for winning KVK 1, right? And I think Woo is KVK 2. If they were in here, I would finish them, to be honest with you. Yeah, I was kind of hoping at some point that they would put, maybe where the hell am I going now? See, I can't even think, guys. Expedition shop. Yeah. At some point I was hoping they might put Margaret and Babur in here. Replace Ethelfled with something. Just so I could finish them as well, but first time in this stream and your voice is epic, badass. Okay, thank you. I'm often told that I have the face for radio. No, I'm not putting goldies into Charlemagne unless everything else is done. What's up, Frodo? Don't be afraid, guys. You don't want spiders crawling in your ears while you sleep tonight? Don't be afraid to swarm that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Every subscription, every like helps. Gets my live streams in front of more people when they log on to YouTube. You all know I hate editing videos, so I don't put out a lot of videos. Mainly live streams here. Oh, I'm not upset about the KVK. Not upset about the fighting that we got. Not upset about our performance in 1029. The thing that frustrates me is the problems that we had in the Earth camp, communicating with each other, everyone getting on the same page. It seems like everybody was at each other's throats all the time, and I ended up, when I wasn't fighting, half of the KVK, either Hubs or myself, was trying to play peacemaker within our own camp and get the Turkish kingdoms to agree to stuff that the Korean kingdoms were proposing and vice versa. So, I'm not upset that we lost the KVK, not at all. I met some great people in this KVK from the wind camp, from the water camp, from the fire camp. Made some good friends, hopefully some allies in the future. And that's all you can ask for. Why didn't you talk to Wind Camp at the beginning of the KVK? Earth immediately contacted the Fire Camp. No. So here's the deal. At the beginning of KVK, all the kings got into a chat, and they were trying to decide who to offer and who to ally with. It was a 3-2 vote to ally with Water Camp versus Fire Camp. Unfortunately, that vote was not done quick enough. The trigger was not pulled quick enough, and outreach was done already by the by the Water Camp to the Wind Camp. We wanted to ally with Wind Camp, right? Because if we look at a map, it's never fun to have allies kitty corner from each other. We've done that in one heroic anthem, and that was an interesting heroic anthem, right? If it will let me move this, right? So, Earth Camp upper right, Wind Camp bottom right. We initially voted to ally with Wind Camp, but by the time our camp got off of their asses and I made outreach to the Wind Camp had already allied with Water Camp. So we got Fire instead. And Fire is a super active camp. They got some great players there. They got some nice players there. They got some really good people there. They just don't have the whales that the other camps have. The other camps are sitting on probably anywhere from, I would say, 10 to 20 people who max tech. Versus the Fire Camp, who I would say maybe they have 2 to 5 people who max crystal tech, and that's going to get you in the long run. So it is what it is. Hindsight is 2020. We, as a camp, needed to be quicker on the draw, quicker on the trigger to make outreach to the individuals that we wanted to ally with. But lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. I'm always proud of what 1029 does. I mean, for the number of players that we have, right? We have, there are 26 players here now. Maybe some are in other alliances at the moment, but we generally have about 30 players here, right? So for having 38 players, 39, 40 main accounts in the kingdom, and 70 farm accounts in the kingdom, right? We did a hell of a job. I'm always proud of the effort that we put out. Now we have a couple of players that could have put out some additional effort, and we'll be having some conversations with them in the coming weeks. But yeah, we always go hard. Always. Apocalypse! Love to see you here, brother. I love to see you here. It's been a while, my friend. I cannot wait to get back to our podcasts and our regular conversations. Cannot wait to watch you start streaming again. Water will get the star, yeah. I mean, you guys, let's be real, right? No disrespect to Fire, but let's be real. You dominated the Fire Camp. You guys deserve everything you can get. I didn't look at stats between the two kingdoms. I imagine, the Wind Camp stats might be a little bit better as far as kills and deads, but they were fighting what I would say is a tougher opponent, and sometimes that has to be factored in as well. But it's not my place, and yesterday, some of the leaders in the Earth Camp were talking with Wind and with Water about final KVK rewards, and they were asking for this or they were asking for that, and it was just a fucking bloody nightmare, right? Because 1029, we're gonna win with dignity, we're gonna lose with dignity, right? And Wind and Water won. I'm not going to ask, or I'm not going to threaten to blockade this or blockade that if we don't get these circles, or we don't get that sanctuary, or we can't occupy a level 8 pass for the Chronicle rewards, or nobody's exchanging RCFs with us. And I've been completely honest about that this entire KVK. If we lose Kingsland, we've lost. I do not expect any rewards. I'm not asking for any rewards from the enemy camps that gave us an ass whooping. That's just not how this game has historically worked. Typically enemy camps do not give you a damn thing. And why should they? They deserve every single reward. They put forth the effort, the coordination, the communication, the teamwork to win the KVK. So, the other kingdoms in our camp were trying to negotiate for certain rewards, and I'm like, guys, I'm done with this. I'm sick of this. I'm losing 5 whales after this KVK. Well, not me, but 1029 is losing 5 whales after this KVK. I need to start planning for our future. I cannot be sitting here in a diplomacy chat talking about meaningless rewards that make no difference to us. So I left all the Diplo chats yesterday. I transferred coalition lead to another kingdom in our coalition. Said, here you go. You want to talk rewards, you talk rewards. I really don't care. As far as I'm concerned, 1029 is going to farm in the 2 safe zones. If there's no peace agreement and the enemy takes the gates and comes into these safe zones, into YG or into Lucerne, then we're going to go back to the home kingdom. We are in our recovery, rebuilding, reloading process, getting ready for our next KVK. As far as we're concerned, this KVK is over. We've never been one to use every single farm that we have in the kingdom and surround the ruined Crusader fortress and hold it hostage if we didn't get a sanctuary or we didn't get chronicles. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm sorry. If you got enough troops and resources and speed ups left to defend Sakaka, to defend your starting zone, then you have enough fucking troops and speed ups and resources left to go even harder than you did in Kingsland. And at this point, 1029 is tapped out. We're tapped out. I mean, I have players that are out of resources, that are out of speed ups, yet they were still fighting in Kingsland, taking open field deads just so they could be there with us, fighting with us. If these other kingdoms in our camp, if they've got resources and speed ups left and troops left to continue the fight and defend these starting zones in an effort to get some minimal KVK rewards, you guys should have gone harder in Kingsland. You shouldn't have gone to bed then. Yeah, I mean, exactly, Stitch. We got what, two Autric rewards from our last 2 KVKs. I've got one on Boudica. All right, I've got one on ZL. I think he's on ZL. Right, so the Autrics are nice. Don't get me wrong. The coin is nice. Don't get me wrong, but we got a coin from our 30 million kills. That's all I need. I have so many materials, so many blueprints that I can't even make anyway without the materials, that what's another coin going to get me? So, I mean, the fun is the fight. The fun is the fight. That's what we live for. The diplomacy is the shitty part. 1029 never wanted to lead the coalition. We never wanted to be the lead diplo, but because kingdoms in our camp could not get along, we were kind of backed into that role. We were kind of forced into that role. Next KVK we go into, don't want to lead. Don't want to lead. Somebody else lead. We'll go where you tell us. We'll fight where you tell us. We'll build where you tell us. I want no part of that. The last 3 KVKs we've been in, we have been lead for our camp. And it's exhausting, people. It's exhausting. Just the last 2 days where after Kat announced she was retiring, interviewing people to come to the kingdom after KVK opens, that's a full-time fucking job. I have so much respect for kings in the kingdom that take on that type of responsibility. So much respect for Kat for doing that for the last 3, 4, 5 years. I mean, it because after 2 days, I'm sitting here going, oh my God. You know, it will get better. We're bringing in some great people with leadership experience as well that have offered to step up and help wherever we need the help. We still have some great leaders here. Stitch, Hubs. Bex recently was promoted to R4. She is great with territory and very nice person, very good person. You know, Cerez is an incredibly smart individual. He completes those little puzzles faster than I've ever seen anyone do it, and he does it drunk too. Why don't we... I'm going to switch to my farm and switch back to my main here. Maybe it's migrate and not migration. Or maybe Nightbot's just not working. Top 6 dead in the 960, 40 million. That's crazy. That's crazy. 40 million is insane. It's reset now, right? Yeah. Let's get this. 2. Thanks, Lilith. So now we only need 88. 88 and he's done. Yeah, as far as CC, DC, you know, Stitch and Hubs and I, and Cerez, we're gonna meet on Sunday. We're gonna talk through some things, and that's one of the things, right? Do we want to remain a DC? Do we want to move to a C, or recruit enough to pop into a C seed? If we're a CC kingdom, do we want to be a low, a mid, a high CC kingdom, right? I very much have enjoyed the fights the last 2 KVKs where we have been a CC kingdom. There's been a lot of fighting. It's been great. But do we have the energy to maintain that KVK after KVK? You know, with only 40 to 50 people in the kingdom and probably about 10 to 15 of those doing the bulk of the work. So those are all conversations that we're going to have. You know, we're going to talk about things that this kingdom historically hasn't done. And that's, you know, potentially requiring people to delete siege troops. You know, historically we've never done that in the past. But it is obvious that a lot of these other low B, high C, mid C type kingdoms are doing things very efficiently. Like, you know, asking people to delete sieges. You know, we're going to talk about our inactives and what we need to do with our inactives. Talk about the people that pop in once a month, twice a month, just to say hello, and their accounts stay in the top 300, you know, because they're not going to the cloud. Talk about the dead weight that we have, you know, who we want to bring in potentially as potential R4s. We're going to go through the recruits that have already said yes, the other people that have contacted me. So, you know, we've got a full agenda for Sunday, Stitch and Hubs and Cerez and I, to try and figure out where the 4 of us want to take this kingdom moving forward. I'm staying. I've committed to these guys that I will stay here for at least 2 KVKs. If we are unable to rebuild, reload with good fun people to play with, because I really don't care about wins and losses. I just want to have fun with a group of cool people. Then maybe we'll explore other options. But for now, I am here for 2 KVKs. I will be king as long as these guys want me to be king. As long as they help out. And Hubs is great, and Stitch is great. Cerez is great, although he doesn't want to be an R4. I told Cerez he is too smart of a person not to be an R4. And when we're outside of KVK, all he has to do is bring the vodka and build the gold pits. So we'll reload. We'll be back. Yeah, if you want that emoji, I can send it over to you. Not a problem. But yeah, we definitely don't want to be an A seed. We definitely don't want to be up there fighting against the 1960s of this world. That would just be no fun. With the players who are leaving, I think we're probably sitting on maybe 2 or 3 of us that can garrison or can rally. So we're really looking to bring in some people who max tech during KVK, who can rally, who can garrison, because I would feel completely useless. I know Stitch would as well if we're having, between the 2 of us, we're having to garrison 5 separate flags, and we're only able to fight on the open field with 2 or 3 marches each. So that is our need right now. Oh, I'm sure Peacemaker was tops. Absolutely. That dude went absolutely crazy in KVK. Yeah, we want to bring in experienced players. None of us want to handhold people who don't know what's going on and have to learn the game. Right? And I think the group of 16, not necessarily group, but the 16 individuals that have confirmed coming here, they are smart players. They know the game. We don't have to handhold them, tell them what combos to use in the field. Sure, everybody enjoys discussing combinations and talent trees and things like that, but it's a whole different ball game if you're having to handhold individuals, and there are always going to be some players who are not confident about their decisions, and that's fine. But to find players who know how to play the game and who are mature and can verbalize themselves well and communicate well, that's rare. And we got 16 of those players coming in, and I've got more interviews every single day. So I'm excited. It doesn't sound like it, but I'm excited. Hubsy says he's asked to be demoted, but Lambo, yeah, well, if everybody's demoted to R3, what, are you going to wake me up at 1 o'clock in the morning to build a gold pit? So help me God, if my phone rings and you say, can you build a gold pit? I'm going to fucking wake up and zero your ass. I had that happen in a prior kingdom. I literally had somebody call my phone at 2:17 a.m. and ask me to log on and give them Duke. Seriously. 2:17 a.m. I'm sleeping my ass off, and they're calling me on the phone asking me to give them Duke. That's just not fun. Oh, look at that. It was strategic reserve. I didn't even know that. So, is there a KVK we can watch, guys? So you don't just see me staring at my city here. Just let me know. What's up, Felipe? I mean, I don't want to be king. I've never asked for king. I don't want to be king. But if the kingdom needs me, I will step up and do it. All right, Captain. Have a good night. On a daily basis, I've been running the kingdom tax, which is increased gathering. We've been popping the favorable weather, which is increased resource production. I think it was great. Today was farm day in MGE, right? We had a gold pit that was fresh this morning. I popped the gathering buff there. I think that's a 30% gathering speed, if I remember correctly. We can go look. And then we also popped the alliance buff for gathering. I think we were at... Oh yeah, so I run this one daily. Favorable weather. And I popped the tax daily, which is 30. Yeah, so we were at 80% extra gathering speed on gold resources today. Shut up, Google. I didn't ask you anything about the weather. I did not say your name whatsoever. Sorry, my phone is giving me the weather forecast. And it's like, okay. Shizgle's reset there, okay. Thank you, Mims. That's what, Orleans KVK? Or no, that's Warriors Unbound, I think, right? Is there even fighting here? Well, that flag's repairing. Maybe over here? Oh, there's a little bit. I appreciate that, Voltron. And I don't know, your king made another video where he referenced me, or another short where he referenced. I don't know what he was saying. So if you can interpret his little short that he's mentioning me in there, and send that over to me, I'd greatly appreciate that. Yeah, which is Chisgle's Kingdom? Is that this WSA, I think? No, that's 1647. SIP. That's it. SIP, right? Stoners in pajamas. I never pictured Chisgle for a stoner, but hey, okay. Yeah, if 960 is bringing in more players from the Chinese servers, look out. I don't know that anyone's going to want to face them in a KVK. Well, this guy just backed himself into a corner there, didn't he? Are those allies, though? I don't understand. I don't know who's allied with who here, guys, so forgive me. But it's better than watching my city. I mean, it looks like it's kind of over to me. Other than that spot, I really don't see any action. I guess there's a flag burning there, but somebody may have just hit that by mistake. People farming all over the place in Kingsland when it's still contested, so God only knows. Is it what, blue and purple against purple, green, and blue down here? Top versus bottom, maybe? So a lot of the original players with the TSN tags came from Kingdom 369. So TSN technically stands for 369. I did not come from 369 myself, so I like to think TSN stands for the Swarm Nation. Because that's how we play the game. That's how we have fun. Swarm everything. So yeah, MF and Cat and them, they were all in 1369 at some point. Stitch was there. So that's where TSN started. One day I shall be a valued member of the Swarm Nation. Yeah, the group is getting smaller and smaller now, you know, with several of them retiring or moving on. So, I mean, what can 1029 offer players that would like to come here? Let me bring up my list of talking points, because I can't remember it off the top of my head. I mean, we've got a smaller kingdom. It's a tight-knit group of players. Anyone who comes here, we expect them to be able to farm their own resources. Be self-sufficient, if it means you bring 2 farms or 10 farms, whatever. You know, MGEs. If there's someone who's coming here that's a rally or garrison leader and they're committed to maxing tech every KVK, we can give you MGE spots. Smaller players, even whales, gold head events. We allow people to take 1 first place and 1 second place every 3 months. So that's 20, 40, 60, that's 80. It's 120 gold heads every year from those gold head events, and we control those too, so people aren't going absolutely crazy, pushing gold head events, blowing through speed ups. We have what I consider a fun play style. We swarm everything. We play Arco Osiris every 2 weeks. We do not do Arc League. However, that is something that may be on the table in the future if we get a solid group of 30 players that wants to do it and wants to commit to it. We don't expect much from people. We have no kill requirements, no dead requirements. We expect people to show up when passes open in Kingsland or in KVK. We expect them to be active both during the off season and during KVK. And we expect effective and proactive communication. If you can't be on when a pass 4 opens, when a pass 7 opens, when a pass 8 opens, when there's fighting on the field, we expect people to let us know in advance. I should never have to go to a player, or any of our leadership should never have to go to a player and say, "Where the hell were you? We were all fighting." Those players should notify us in advance if they have plans coming up. If you're traveling, that shit's planned. If you have family events, if you have birthdays, there was one time, well, I'm sorry I wasn't there for Kingsland. I was at my mother's birthday. Well, shit, how old's your mother? 60 years old? Well, she's had the same fucking birthday for the last 60 years. How did you not know about this in advance? Right? I mean, just crazy shit like that. Just be proactive. Communicate with us. Let us know what's going on so that we can plan accordingly. It's a fairly simple ask. I think it's a fairly simple ask anyway, that a lot of people can't do. But, I've played in Imperium Kingdoms, 1039 at the peak of its glory. 1052 back when they were winning Osiris Leagues. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun to be in those big fights. But the drama is unreal. And, it's more fun, in my opinion, to play with the small group of players who are all friends with each other than it is to be some nameless voice on Discord that nobody knows. And that's the best thing that we offer here, right? We have a peaceful kingdom. We control every alliance that has territory in our kingdom, every alliance that has an alliance fort built, we have control of. So it's not like there are rogue players in the kingdom that are stealing MGEs, that are stealing Zeniths, that are stealing gold head events. Yeah, we got a couple of troublemakers that seem to, maybe once every 6 months they'll save up enough speed ups to try and get first place in a gold head event. But we just zero them every time we see their city. Every MGE that comes up, whoever's got first place, goes and finds their city and zeros them. every single MGE. After a year and a half, they still haven't got the hint to leave the kingdom. But it is what it is. But for the most part, we control everything in the kingdom, right? An alliance fort went up the other day without our permission. We jumped in a farm alliance, built to it, burned it down. They did not have permission to build the fort. People who come to this kingdom without permission, they're zeroed. So is it harsh? Some people would say yes. But that's what you got to do to maintain control in a small kingdom. Yeah, there are ways around that, Alloys. There are ways around that. We have other people that are very nice and generous in resources. If it is something you're interested in Alloys, if it is something you're interested in, hit me up on Discord. We can certainly have a conversation. I'd be more than happy to do that. I know you're an insane fighter. You know, does Lambo get pissed off on Discord and start yelling from time to time? Hell yeah, I do. I'm not going to pretend I don't. I will call people out on Discord. Just like I do when we're watching KVKs here. You know, what the fuck are you doing over there fighting? We're over here. We're pushing this flag. What the fuck are you doing chasing those easy kills? I'll call them out on Discord. Or what the fuck are you doing running out of resources 2 hours into Kingsland? You should be preparing better for this shit. I'll fucking call them out. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, we have fun. We have fun. And that's the whole point, right? It's a game. It's a game. People play this game, at least I play this game to kind of escape from reality, so to speak, right? You know, where I'm not at my work computer, I'm not constantly staring at this gives me something else to do. And as long as I'm having fun, I'm going to keep playing. Who's saying hello? Sorry, SC, I didn't see you there, if you said hello earlier. Mr. Cheeseburger here himself, right? Yeah, this KVK was brutal for me for resources. I went through about 10 billion of each. And that's a credit to our enemies, right? I mean, last KVK, I had 100 million more kill points. I had 1 million more deads. And I went through half as much resources. So that tells you the enemies we were fighting on the field this KVK were giving me more severely wounded. So I had to heal the hospital quite a bit more this KVK than I did last KVK. Hey, Victor. So you know you're having a good KVK when you go through 10 billion of each resource, right? Someone's saying hello in KVK? Right. You can't hear anything? Everybody can hear me still, right? My mixer is showing everything's working. Hello? Hello? Ignore me. Okay. All right. Freaking me out here, Appo. You're freaking me out here. Hi, King Stevie. Hello. No, I mean, the only reason it was freaking me out so much like that, right, is because I had mixer issues earlier today. When NVIDIA did their upgrade, so there was a driver update for my graphics card, it fucked with all my sound settings. I don't know why. I don't know why video settings would screw with all my sound settings. But my headphones were set to a different device. My mic was set to a different device. I jumped on Discord earlier. Nobody could hear me. I couldn't hear them. It was very frustrating. How am I doing today? All right. I'm all right. I'm tired. I mean, sitting in front of a PC for 16 hours a day, it's freaking tiring. You know, I'm Starting to wear my blue blocking glasses again, both at work and when I sit in front of my gaming PC, right? Because my eyes are just, if I don't, my eyes are just tired and bloodshot and red at the end of the day. But I'm committed. I want to get up to at least 20 people coming into the kingdom before I kind of back off the recruiting process. We're at 16 now. I got 5 other people that are thinking about it. I've got 6 more interviews tomorrow. And that's not even including the countless people in our own camp that have said they want to migrate here. Some I'm all for. Others it's like a yeah. I'm sorry if I see someone asking for T1 trades in Lost Kingdom chat. That's not someone I'm gonna bring to the kingdom, right? Oh, look, we can do this. Not a lot of fighting going on in that KVK anyway. I completely forgot about Karak. Even though the marker's on my city that we do bosses on Sunday, right? Any advice for smaller players? Play smart. Right? Don't do what I do. Play smart. You know, train troops during events. Make sure you're getting the maximum bang for your buck. Barb chain as much as you can. Get those speed ups. You know, focus on one commander at a time. Don't work backwards. You know, if you're still trying to go back and max, and I don't know what KVK you're in or what season your kingdom is in, right? But if you're in Season of Conquest and you're still trying to max Charles Martel, that's probably not a good thing. You know, the best thing I ever did for my account is I said, screw it. I'm going to take the hit for a KVK, maybe 2 KVKs. I'm going to continue to use the commanders that I have, and I'm going to save up my gold universals. And I saved up my gold universals till I could max 2 commanders. And then when commanders were released, I was able to max the best meta commanders in the game. And then you start saving for the next 2 commanders. You know, I think the worst thing I ever tried to do is go backwards and max commanders that were last generation or 2 generations ago just to have them done. I mean, you can always do that over time, whether it be daily chests or the sovereign keys that you get. You'll eventually get there. But if you're constantly working backwards to max last generation commanders, it's probably not going to be a good thing. So if you have the ability to just kind of suck it up and play with what you got and just save those gold universals until the next set of meta commanders comes out and the next set of game-changing commanders comes out, like your Nevsky and Joan or like your Scipios, do it. Oh, was I in your KVK? Was that you saying hello? The guy that dropped 80 chests in Shinshi's video didn't gain a single kill point and didn't lose a single troop. Yeah, I mean every kingdom's got players that are dead weight. It's just how do those kingdoms deal with those players? Are the gold chests he is dropping more valuable to them? And are they going to accept somebody at 300 million power that's coming against matchmaking, that's dropping 80 gold chests, or are they going to, whose is that? Oh, okay. I'm like, who that? I didn't spawn a level 2. What the hell's going on here? I love the fact that you can now hit that next button for this Karak ceremony. I love that. Nobody's using justice. So this is a Resurgence old account. The guy's going to chill in our kingdom till the end of KVK, build up his resources and speed ups by hitting some of these barbs here. Best moderator. Hit the like button or I'll zero it. Nobody's going to hit the like button. They want to see you zero me. How come all of his are spawning in territory and mine are all spawning up here? I can't freaking zero anybody right now. Fire content, yeah. Yeah, this is great content, right? I know. It's got to get done, though. We're halfway there. No, I don't think 1960 is a Chinese kingdom. I think they got quite a few Chinese players that are there. Yeah, but I don't think they're exclusively a Chinese kingdom. I mean, Red Line's there. There's a bunch of Black Panthers there. You get a bunch of English speakers there as well, whether they be American or European. Ahmed Aziz, he is not Chinese. Got any more stories like the Gold Pit one? Man, I've got a ton. It's just remembering them all, right? I'm gonna miss 7 marches. That's the worst part about KV. You know, so VIP 19. What do you guys think the buffs are going to be from VIP 19 when they finally do release it? I would love to see a 6th March of VIP 19. That would be crazy good. But maybe a fourth universal or a legendary armament or something crazy like that. That might be nice. Armament chests, yeah. Probably more materials too. Even more damage. Rally, that'd be a good one. That'd be good. I mean, let me tell you, taking down those alliance forts in the first zone when you're not even close to max crystal tech yet, that's a fucking bitch. You know, you've got maybe 2.4, what was it, 2.46 million rally capacity against 3 million in the AF. I mean, you got the first Mountain Warfare bundle, then you got the Daily Conqueror's Wills. I really didn't keep track myself, to be honest with you. I think I'd probably shoot myself if I did. Hey, I wouldn't mind that tech, right? An extra 5% troops back. Yeah, you can't completely max tech by Zone 5 unless you're just online grinding barbs for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for that entire first week. I'm you know, I got 6 marches by that first pass opening, but that's, you know, ignoring a lot of other stuff, right? Thank you for the subscription, the membership, and the 5 gifted members from Mad Mania. Look at that, Mad, you animal. SC Ace, Lucifer, The Rippa, J Sync. Be sure and thank Mr. Mad Mania for gifting some memberships to you today. Greatly appreciated, Mad. You don't have to do that. You know, it's never expected, always appreciated. I know, no emoji for best moderator ever. Well, you get the feet pics. Give Mad the feet pics emoji. That works too, right? Yes, Matt is an infantry guy. Correct. No, he likes whips. That's all hearsay. That's not bad, Gum. That's not bad at all. Yeah, it's a lot of AP you use for these guys when you want to get it done that first day, isn't it? But I'm going to have to do this on 3 accounts, so not today. Not today. We'll do 1 account each day. So here was my idea, right? Because one of the things people complain about most often is Crystal Tech, especially the free-to-play low spenders, right? Why not make level, when you get done with Season 1, when you get done with your first KVK, those level 6, 7, 8, and 9 barb forts and the higher level barbs are available in Home Kingdom. When you get done with Light and Dark, you get level 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 forts in your Home Kingdom. You get the even higher level barbs in your Home Kingdom. And every time you hit those higher level barbs or hit those higher level forts, because those are difficult if you don't have Crystal Tech, right? I mean, you come into a Season of Conquest KVK, you try hitting those level 50 barbs, and you're struggling without that tech, right? So, hitting higher level forts, hitting higher level barbs in the Home Kingdom with none of that Crystal Tech, that's going to force you to 5 march them. That's going to force you to work with others to do the same, to hit those barbs together. It's going to promote teamwork. Why not give a limited number of crystals to players who are willing to grind out those barbs in Home Kingdom? Grind out those higher level forts in Home Kingdom. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. 20 crystals per barb, 50 crystals per fort, whatever they decide, but let people accumulate those crystals in Home Kingdom so that they can go into KVK and have a fighting chance. Your whales are still going to buy the crystal bundles. They're still going to buy the Mountain Warfare bundles. But that would help people who are barb chaining, who want to grind in the off season to accumulate crystals and have a fighting chance against the whales that are spending on the bundles in KVK, right? Just my thought. But to me it seems logical, because what is there to do in Home Kingdom for us when we go back to Home Kingdom, right? I mean, you've got players who have been playing this game for 5 years who are still hitting the same level 25 barbs and level 5 barb forts. It's boring. Same events. It's boring. But if you put higher level barbs and higher level forts that force players to work together, that give you something that you can use in KVK, you might have more people on during the off season grinding. Damn, I think I had 8 of those 1,000 AP pots. 72 votes, 56 likes. Hey, that's pretty close. I'll take it. I'll take it. Infinite spin the egg event. Then you'll do it once. Then you'll never do it again after, right? Because you'll have everything you need. But yeah, I like that egg event too. Archaeological dig too sometimes. We'll max that puppy out. Can we finish this, hitting each of these with only one march? We will see. Not here, Electro King, not here. We're done. We're done. We were about 6 flags away from having the wind camp pushed out of Kingsland, and then it would have been one-on-one, Earth versus Water. 6 flags away. And 2 of the alliances in our kingdom said, okay, it's our downtime now. Bye-bye, see you later. And at that point in time, the 3 remaining kingdoms in our camp stood absolutely no chance against both wind and water in Kingsland. So, it is what it is. But hey, I'm happy with how we did. I'm happy with how 1029 performed. Barring a couple players in the kingdom that we'll have conversations with, right? I'm proud of each and every person here. Hubs did a hell of a lot of work behind the scenes. Resurgence did a hell of a lot of work behind the scenes. Cat did a hell of a lot of work behind the scenes. Just trying to keep the peace in our camp. I am shocked that a civil war did not break out in the Earth camp. That we kind of held things together and had a fighting chance in Kingsland. You know, again, 6 flags away from pushing wind out of Kingsland. And 2 alliances said, oh, sorry, our downtime. We work tomorrow. We're going to bed. Plato's raiding me. Are you kidding me? What's up, Only Farmer? Only Farmer, you were watching Plato stream and you didn't even come and say hi to me until he raided me? I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. If y'all don't know Plato, don't know Only Farmer, I'm gonna put links to their channels here in the description as well. Be sure and go and subscribe to them. 2 good friends, insane content creators, playing in high seed Imperium kingdoms. And having a blast doing it, putting out live streams, putting out content. That's why was that only 1 gold head? Love you. I thought you got 2 gold heads in Croc. I thought you got 2 in Croc, but that only gave me 1. Maybe I'm seeing shit. Oh, Stitch beat me. Stitch beat me. Am I in crack? Did you all see that one? I did it on hell, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah. I don't freaking know. Let's get our travelers out anyway. Not even a single cutscene yet. appreciate that, Lilith. Thank you. No cutscenes. 20 travels, no cutscenes. Oops, I forgot to do this yesterday. Oh, I always get this one wrong. See? I'm not cultured. I don't know Shakespeare. Come on. In what era? I don't know. This one's easy. Yeah, we're not smart today. Hey, gold production. Love it, love it, love it. You know, the other thing they could do here in KVK is and it used to be this way if I remember correctly. Why Nightmare and Hell are not available until long after Kingsland is over? Beyond me. You know, give people Nightmare, give people Hell. You know, maybe this pops up 12 hours before Kingsland opens, but let them get these crystals before all the fighting takes place. Just my 2 cents. I mean, they did send out this email, right? For Heroic Anthem. We always play Heroic Anthem. Oh, where the hell was it? They've been bombarding us with emails, right? I haven't even read half of these. They're removing fog from Heroic Anthem. It's in one of these somewhere. I'm too tired to look. Good night, A. They're removing fog from Heroic Anthem once you have your first Heroic Anthem, which will be nice. You know, although fog really didn't bother me. But that means they're going to remove some rewards then around removing fog as well, right? Because you've got... I mean, you've got 1,000 gems, 3 gold keys. You've got different achievements that pop up. I think it's in here somewhere for clearing fog. You know, so what are they just getting rid of those rewards, or are they shifting those rewards elsewhere? Only Lilith knows at this point in time. I really don't feel like doing Bastion Quest tonight. Y'all have suffered through Karak. I actually think we're probably going to call it a day here and maybe get an actual decent night's sleep for once. I know Plato just raided me, and I greatly appreciate his raid there. We're going to pay back the favor. We're going to pay it forward. We're going to raid Apo now. He's got a stream up and running. Apo is back. Pre-KVK is here. He is in 1979 now. That was a good year. We had a big snowstorm in 1979 when I was 9 years old, if I remember correctly. Maybe it was an ice storm. I don't know. I just remember having fun that winter. So when you get over to Apocalypse Stream, be sure and say hi from Lambo. Lambo Raid, hashtag Lambo Raid. You guys know the drill. I don't have to tell you. Appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me tonight. The 63 likes, the 44 people still watching. Thank y'all. It makes my night doing Rise of Kingdom stuff a whole lot more fun when I got good people like yourselves to chat with. That said, we'll maybe fire up a stream tomorrow. We'll see how we're doing. If not, for sure on Thursday. I hate taking 2 days in a row off. But we'll see ya as soon as we see ya. Have a good one.